Hello, I'm Tracy Wallach. Welcome to the third in this series of lectures on role analysis methods. This lecture will focus specifically on role history and role biography. I will also briefly describe a role clarification exercise. Part 1 of this series provided a general overview of role analysis and a description of a basic structure that may be used to do role analysis in a group setting. Part 2 of this series looked at the metaphor method of role analysis developed by Mullenkamp and Green. Remember, long defined role as the intersection between the person and the system. In this lecture, I will describe 3 different types of role analysis: role biography, role history, and role clarification. Role biography looks at one person's role over a period of time or at different times in their life from childhood through to their current work roles. A role biography is a biography of the person in role as described through the various work roles they have taken up throughout their life. It can provide an understanding of the origins of one's valences in role. Here the client is asked to draw a picture of themselves in role at various stages of their life, thinking about the roles they have taken up in relation to tasks in the family, school, or neighborhood, their first job, and later work roles. This should include emotional roles as well. They might begin at age 6, then go on to age 16, in college, their first job, etc., until they reach their current role. You can choose the intervals that make sense for the particular client. Role biography may be used in individual coaching or as part of a group coaching within an organization or a training program. Clients are asked to think about their current role in light of their previous roles. In individual coaching, a consultant may ask what was learned in each role and how that learning carried through into the current role. Consultant and client work together to look for common themes or patterns and breaks in patterns. Here are some additional questions the consultant may ask. What is this drawing about? What are you doing in that role for the system that you were in? What's the experience you had? What is it you learned at this age in the work you did? What are the critical incidents? What important thing or things happened when you were at this age? What pattern or patterns do you see in the drawing or in the series of drawings? Are you repeating something in each of these roles? The questions would not necessarily all be used or be used in this order. Role biography can also be done in a reflection group format. Allow at least 10 minutes for each member to present their drawing. A group format is used in training programs, but may also be used with team members or colleagues within an organization. Here, the role of the group is to say whatever comes to mind, thoughts, feelings, fantasies, and associations that the material evokes. This method of free association is one way to access the unconscious. Role history speaks to the organization, a particular role within it, and how that role may have changed based upon how individuals who had the role took it up and how each may have changed or evolved the role over time. Role is influenced by and influences all roles within a system. All roles have histories that are built through the various ways that previous incumbents have taken up the role. Take, for instance, the role of president or CEO, which has changed over time based on the ways that the various role holders have taken up that role and how others have responded to their use of authority in role. Some of these changes may be institutionalized formally and informally. A person can shape the role, but the role can also shape the person. The current role is a meeting of a role's history with the role biography of the current occupant, where the two streams meet or intersect. Others in the organization may have particular expectations of a role based on who the previous occupants were and how they took up the role. In conducting retreats for small teams, I have used a simple method for team members to discuss their expectations of themselves and of others in their role. First, Each team member works individually to write down their own understanding of their own role and all the tasks, with a small t, that are attached to that role. Team members are then asked to write down what they want every other member of the group to continue doing, do differently, do more of, or do less of. After the individual work is completed, I facilitate a discussion in which each team member shares their chart and has an opportunity to discuss their understanding of the role as it compares to the team members' understanding or expectations of them in that role. That concludes this discussion of role biography, role history, and role clarification. For more information about methods of role analysis, please see the following references. To inquire about role analysis or other coaching services for your organization, please contact me at www.tracywallach.com.